Hi everybody, wherever you are. I always say this, don't I? Wherever you are in the world today, because I never know who I'm going to talk to. And Bobby's out again today, grafting as usual. Never have a chance really to rest. And just waiting here, the first one's come on. It always takes a little bit of time, but I get such a good following, and I love doing these. Really do. Really enjoy doing them, really enjoy. Andrew's watching. Hi Gary. Harry B Angling. Hi Harry. Andrew, yeah, Andrew's watching. Mo Mosley. Hi Mo. And let's go. Oh yeah, we're already got, it's so easy. Do you know, I'm red hot today. Blue sky, the sun's been shining, although it's gone in a bit now. Let's have a look. Let's show you where I am. Let's reverse the camera. I'm out at an angler. I'm out with Jim Newton today, and he's quite a remarkable person. Bodybuilder. This is a birthday present. This is a birthday present from his sister and her boyfriend. And look at that lovely bits of blue sky. He's into a fish now. Don't know what it is. We're fishing out quite far. We're fishing out at 11 metres, loose feeding pellets, loose feeding 4 mils. We did try maggot on the hook, but it wasn't so good. We're fishing with just a small banded pellet because it's big cold. And Jim's into another fish now. He's already had some nice big carp, lots of fish, 1 or 2 foul hookers, which you always get anyway. The main thing about this style of fishing is not to strike. Nigel, hi Nigel, Andrew. Oh, where are we today? Yeah, let's tell you where I am. That's a good question. Hey, I'm at Decoy Lakes. It's my favourite, one of my favourite commercial venues. And Jim's into a fish now. Look at that. Jim. That's a nice carp. That come out. Well done, Jim. Nicely hooked. I'll come back to me in a minute when Jim's unhooked this one. He's catching some good quality carp. That's a nice, let me have a look. Probably a 3 or 4 pound mirror, but he has had some lovely fish. Look at that, hey, in the fish's mouth. Slip that in. Yeah, you can put that one in the net, Jim. So would you believe this is a 60th birthday present? You wouldn't believe Jim's 60, would you?
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Ray.
Yeah, Sherry and Ray. That's his sister, and this is a present. And unfortunately, he's got me. They couldn't find anybody else. And what we're doing, we're feeding a couple of lines with 4 mils, just pellets, because these fish here love pellets. Andrew's watching now. Let me show you. I'm on Elm Lake. This is Decoy Lakes. Whittlesey in Cambridgeshire. The wind at last has changed. At last we've got a wind coming a little bit westerly, or maybe even southwesterly today. So it's been so cold, hasn't it? Let me get back to me and then I'll get back to the fishing. Yeah, let's get back to me. Look at that lovely blue sky. It's been so cold, hasn't it? I haven't really wanted to go out. I've been watching sport, I've been watching tennis, motor racing. Oh, there'll be motor racing again tomorrow, won't there? So, but my match fishing proper doesn't start until the season starts. I've got a couple of matches coming up, and I should be going to Ireland, but got to persuade Bernie to let me go because I'd promised her a holiday, but now I found out Roddy Scott phoned me the other day, and there's his dad's festival. Unfortunately, his father died a few years ago. Good friend of mine, Mel Scott, and it's his memorial match. They have a memorial festival every year, and that's at the end of this month. So we somehow got to persuade Bernie to let me go. I don't know whether I will or not. It's anyway. You don't want to see me or somebody from Sweden. You know, I get everybody from all over the world, don't I? Peter, hi Pete. I can see Andrew Brook is watching because he keeps, and we've already got a load of people on. Let me just take you back to Jim because he's just there. He's loose feeding. We're fishing about 11 metres out, and you can see fish on the surface as he's loose feeding. Just loose feeding a few 4 mils, and then he's got that. Just to make you must make a noise. Must make a noise when you're fishing. So we just loose feeding a few 4s all the time with the catapult. Try to keep it as tight as you can, but you just make that little bit of a noise with a. We've got a small pellet on the bottom, and probably 2 or 3 inches over depth. I just put the depth up a little bit more because he's in again. He's in again. This is a beauty. This is a beauty of fishing with a banded pellet. He nearly pulled the pole out of his hand, because what happens is, of course, the fish suck in the pellet. They try to spit it out. That's a big fish, that one, Jim. I don't think it's fouled. Oh, it might be. Yeah, it might be. It might have been fouled. But you didn't strike it, hooked itself. So really, if you foul hook a fish, let me come back to me while Jim baits up. If you foul hook a fish, you mustn't strike at everything. That's the most important thing. But sometimes the movement of the fish, they foul hook themselves, and you can't do anything about that. You've just got to be careful when you strike with a little lift. And Jim's feeding down the edge. Who else is watching? Jonathan. Which pole do it this time? Which pole do it this time? I don't know. It's not my pole. This is Jim's pole. He's on a Drennan Acolyte, but it's nice. Hi, Richard. Yes, Richard, I'm working hard again. Yeah, and here's a lovely day for it. I don't know how I managed to pick good days to come out, but this is definitely the best day this week. Hey, I'd be mowing lawns today if I wasn't out, so I'm pleased. Brian says he's caught me this time. Chris, hi Chris. Hi Mark. Oh, there's somebody from Italy, because I've got a chow from Elio, Tom. Yeah, this is great. And he's in again. Let me get back to the main man in the. I don't know. He's fishing really well. Yeah, Jim loves to do things properly. But there are so many big carp in here at the moment. It's hard. When you get like a fish's big body in your peg, then it's hard. He's just coming back in with that one. He's got a puller bung on. Fish is pulling him round now. Mind you, it's great fishing, because now, it was slow start, but now the fish are there. Come back to me while I'm chatting. Now I can see you coming up. Now the fish are there, there's quite a few signs and indications. And we're feeding 2 lines, one in the deep margins. It's as deep in the margin. We haven't even been there yet. We're just fishing out at the moment. Because technically, when you're fishing out at 11 metres and you've got to feed with a catapult, technically it's more difficult, because you've got your catapult in your hand, but you're not striking. Sometimes you can strike with your leg. You might even have this. Any tips for fishing typical club lakes as opposed to commercials? Yeah, I've got loads of tips, Steve, but I'd need a book. Well, I've got books and videos. Just watch what you can. There's no simple thing about fishing. Every time you come out, it's different. That's why we love it, isn't it? Hello, Michael. Michael Peters watching. He's from Germany. I know Michael quite well. Somebody from France. You get loads of people watching, Jim. Now let's go back to the man of the moment, Jim. And I bet some of his fellow club anglers will be watching. Do they know he's out getting some? He doesn't really need any extra tips because he's a good angler. But as usual, it's always the feeding. So I'm trying to. The main thing is to make that little bit of noise. It's the only way to get fish competing. Just that little bit of noise. Lakes look beautiful today, don't they? And we are lucky that we've got this lake. I just saw the fish top. It looks like a big carp. That's a nice fish. Yeah, he's got a nice big carp. It's lovely. Look at that, beautiful lakes. Let me just show you lake. As I say, this is Elm Lake, and the lakes themselves. There's 11 or 12 lakes here. Decoy Lakes, Whittlesey in Cambridgeshire, close to where I live. It's only about 13 miles away from me, so I do love coming here. It's nice. He's just got the fish in the net now. He's having a bit of a tussle with it, but that's normal carp fishing because they're big fish. And as I've always told you, the pleasure of fishing is in catching the fish. Well done, nice one. Just coming in now. Nice big fish, lovely. Well done, Jim. Another one in the net. So it's mainly the barbel, and let's come back to me for a sec while Jim unhooks that. And I can look and chat to a few people. It's mainly carp this morning. We haven't had any barbel, but we had hailstones yesterday. The water temperature is very cold. You can slip him straight back. Let's just have a quick look at him, Jim. Show him to the camera. Let me have a look at that. Let me just show you that fish. Lovely quality fish. Big carp. Beautiful fish. Well done, Jim. Yeah, slip him straight back. We just put him 1 or 2 fish in the net. Put him back in the water. We just put him 1 or 2 fish in the net for a catch shot, that's all. Yeah, there's loads of people watching now. I like to see where people are watching from. Stefan, Luxembourg. That's nice. So Luxembourg, Germany, we've had everybody today. Of course, Australia. I get an odd one from Australia, but it's probably the middle of the night there now, isn't it? So wouldn't expect too many now. So we're just fishing with this 4mm band, a small pellet really, 4mm. You quite often, it's this time of year, you'd normally be on a 6mm banded pellet. But there's just so, it is quite a bit tough. I mean, I like it when I drop it in and it'll go straight away in the summer, but now we've got to fish a bit today, which is great. Let's just see if we can catch another one. I'll show you a little bit about feeding. It's feeding nicely with a catapult. Yeah, we've got German anglers, we've got everybody now. So, Pete from Long Sutton. Hi, Pete. Hi, Jensen. Hi, Lee. Garden of England. Let's go back out onto this beautiful walk because it is a nice day. Not too much wind today, a little bit of a breeze, but it is definitely now the wind has switched to sort of westerly, or it's coming over our backs. So the hard thing is with this feeding, there won't be any of these pellets getting to the bottom, none of them, because there's loads of F1s in here. The superstar's in again. It's wonderful fishing today. I don't know if anybody saw that one. That carp came straight out of the water. Unbelievable. He come straight out of the water and come off. Does it still look all right? Yeah, he's back in again. Hey, I'm having it. If this is work, I love it. It's so easy today. Let's watch him go out again. Was that Austria? I don't know. I just saw... No, somebody... No, it's 10:30 here in... There's somebody from Australia. It's 10:30 in Australia. That's Andrew. So you've got everybody from all over the world chatting to me. I saved this. Hi, Martin. Martin Caldecott, he fishes in the same team as me. We'll be fishing together soon. How best to avoid goby? There's no gobies in here. This is unbelievable fishing now. He's straight in again. He's feeding himself. All them club anglers are going to be worried now watching you, Jim. Hey, what about your mate, Pete Wilson, who fell in the other week, huh? Fell in last week, didn't he? Phone me this morning to tell me. He's into another big carp, and it doesn't take so long with a puller bung to get them out. Nice fish, nice size fish. Unbelievable action. I mean, we haven't been on very long, and Jim's been into one fish after the other. He's in again. Lovely. But no, Decoy Lakes, Jamie. But the Decoy is just a lovely place because of the quality of the fish. The fish are fed on pellet all the time. They don't... they're used to pellets. So when they hear the noise of the pellets, they're straight in. He's just back. He's just going to land this fish. Do a picture there. Look at those beautiful lakes. Look at that. This is so unusual. I bet, I had to look at the weather forecast and they said about 10, 11 degrees, and I bet it's been probably 18 degrees today. It's just that change in the wind which makes a difference. Let me have a look. Loads of people watching, which is great. It's coming up. That's a nice fish. Look at that. Another lovely big carp. Beautiful venue, this. Carp after carp. There you are. Jim in action. He's not saying much. He said hello to his sister, I think, but he's not saying a lot. Yeah, a bodybuilder. Can you believe that? It's in the over 60s, isn't it, Jim? Yeah. And he has got, you know, he does look like a bodybuilder as well. He's got, not like me with I'm a tummy builder, me, by eating too much of the wrong foods. Although I never eat those big breakfasts, you know. You could slip that one in the net. Yeah, it's a lovely fish. Put him in the net. Should just drop it in. It should come out. Lovely. Hi, Marco. Oh, Gary Bull is saying well done, Jim.
Oh, thank you.
Do you know Gary? I don't know if you know Gary, do you? He's a Browning club man. You're into feeding again now. Look at that. So most important feeding is just the noise. So Jim's throwing some pellets in the edge before he ships out. And then he's going out and then loose feeding with his catapult. And we'll probably get by with just over 1 kilo of pellets today. It looks like we're feeding a lot, but we're not. Right, back to me, and lovely. Thanks everybody for watching. We've got, once again, a good audience, and you've seen Jim in action catching loads of fish, fishing over depth at 11 metres, loose feeding with his catapult. No barbel yet today, but I expect we'll catch some later when we come in the edge. But this is just a little bit different, technically a bit more difficult, because you've got to hold the pole and feed with your catapult, which is much, much harder to do than if you've got the fish in the margins and loose feeding. So technically much more difficult. You've still got to do the same thing. You've still got to make the noise, and it's the volume. So not massive amount, but very, very regular. Keep feeding, feeding, feeding. But even though there's quite a few pellets going in, I bet none are getting to the bottom, because this lake is full of F1s as well. So anything from probably 6 inches down, and he's in again. Look, he's just into another one. Unbelievable fishing. Lovely. Oh, Graham Hyde's watching. Hi, Graham. Graham's another friend of mine. Right, we're going to finish anyway. I'm going to finish because he's just like a miniature bagging machine. Good job he is a bodybuilder, because me, my arms would be aching already, but I suppose you expect a bodybuilder to be able to haul them out, wouldn't you? Well, he can. Okay, everybody, Jim's into another one now, and it's just non-stop action. He's got the feeding perfect. He's really fishing well now. Now what I want to see him do on his next club match is win it, and try and do everything that he's been taught today. Okay, so thanks everybody. I'm going to log off now. I post this on my site, because obviously most people have to do proper jobs, don't they, and can't watch phones during the middle of the day. So John Lynch is saying, when you on again, John? I don't know, John, when I'm on again. I never know. I always like to surprise people. I wait for good weather. You've got to watch it's not too windy when you're doing it. If you've got terrific wind, it's just too much noise. Afe, Arthur Edgley's watching. Afe, he's my friend, good friend. He lives near me in March. He likes to fish up here as well. Okay, everybody, bye for now. I'm just going to take you back to Jim for a second, because he's on. I don't know how many fish he's had in this short session, but a lot. One after the other. Well done. Okay, bye everybody. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the short, well, it's probably quite a long show, but I've been on 30 minutes today. And Jim catching fish on banded pellet, Decoy Lakes, Whittlesey. This is east of England, the Fens they call it. But this is a commercial lake, artificially stocked, but the fish are of really good quality. Okay, bye for now. Bye.